Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So this will be a really quick video, and chalk this one up to me being an idiot for not having read the manual. But in an earlier video I was lamenting about the fact that the shift light was blinking way too early and was pretty useless since it was around 6,500 RPM that it started flashing and flashed faster as it got to the actual red line. But for me then, since I keep the bike usually in a higher RPM band, it was flashing all the time. Anyway, the folks at Grom.net set me straight, particularly a user EBR who pointed out that, I think it's on page 31 of the manual, that it explains exactly how to make this change so that it is a little bit more useful. It can only go up to 8250 RPM, but that's a much better number since at that point I really am usually shifting anyway. And you can actually also change the intensity of the light and a few other parameters. So let me briefly show you how to do this. If you turn the bike off, hold down the select button and turn the ignition to on. You'll see this RPM band here flashing. You can press select. After it resets, it goes all the way back down to 4,000 RPM. So you can adjust all the way till you get to the highest. You can do it as 8250, which corresponds with it hitting this red part of the RPM range. And then I press select. Then it lets me adjust when I want it to start flashing. So where I have it now, this is at 0, so there's no flashing. It's just once it gets to 8250, it'll go to a solid color. At 250, this means at intervals of 250 RPM, it'll start blinking at the faster intensity, or I can go to intervals of 500 or back to 0. I'm going to leave it at 0 because I just want it to go on once I hit that max RPM, which is 8250. I'd love it if it lets you set it even higher than that, but for now 8250 is a much more functional number for it to flash at me. So I press set on this, and then in this setting it allows me to adjust the brightness of the light itself. So for instance, at 8250, even if it's not too useful for you, you can make it so dim that in daylight it's not going to be very noticeable. Or if it's something that is very useful to you, you can turn the intensity all the way up, and it's a lot easier to see, as a shift light should be. You're not looking usually at your dash when you're going all out. It's something that you want to see out of your periphery, and setting it slightly brighter may be more useful to you. So I set on that function. And then the last parameter that lets you set is whether it has, I have it currently set to this mechanism where it'll show you the highest RPM that it hit, the rest will fall away, and then the other piece will fall back so that you can see at a glance, okay, I hit 8250 RPM. If I press select, it goes to just the traditional model where it shows you all the way up and back down. It doesn't do that little hold line of what your maximum RPM is. Anyway, one more set and everything is ready to go. So anyway, again, just a real quick video since I was complaining about the fact that I couldn't make adjustments. I should have read the manual because you absolutely can, and I think that makes this instrument cluster that much more cool. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos and keep on building.